Hey guys, this is Aaron. Later on this week, we have a video coming out from Basecamp 2018 where Bonnie Roskis gives a bunch of tips on using SketchUp. She has information all over the place on great ways to use SketchUp. As I watched her video, one thing came to me, and that was some tips about using layers and scenes to show different options for interior design. Now, Bonnie has experience with interior design, and I don't. I am not an interior designer. I don't pretend to be one. But the workflow, I think, is solid. So we're going to take a look at that with this model right here. So I have a pretty simple model. I have it broken into 3 separate groups. I have a group here that is all my furniture, the rug, the bed, everything is in one group. Outside here, I have in a separate group. You can see that's on the outside layer. And then my walls and floors are in a third group. That group is currently on a layer called Option 1. What I want to look at is how to use SketchUp to present multiple different options for decorating this layout. And what I want to look at specifically are the colors of the walls and floors. So it's not as simple as just throwing another coat of paint on these walls and saving it. That's not going to work. If you know SketchUp, I have one option for my materials and that's it. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to take this group right here, this group that is currently on Option 1, and I'm going to edit and copy it. So at this point, I'm going to turn off the Option 1 layer. It's going to go away. I'm going to click Edit, and I'm going to Paste in Place. Paste in Place is going to put that copied thing, I can't even see it, but the copied thing is going to go right back where it was. You notice as soon as I do that, nothing happens. That got pasted onto the same layer that the original was from. So it's currently on Option 1 layer, which is off. So what I'm going to do right now before I do anything else is I'm going to come up here and I'm going to change that to Option 2 and hit Enter. Look what happens. It shows up again because even though it wasn't visible, it was still highlighted, it was still selected, and as soon as I made that change, it put it onto a new layer called Option 2. So now if I turn off Option 2 and Option 1 back on, there's my Option 1. And here's my Option 2. So I'm going to take my Option 2 layer and make some changes. I'm just going to double click into this group. I'm going to use my paint bucket tool with the modifier key, and maybe I'll pick this green color and put it on the walls. I'm just picking right out of this rug right here. I'll put this blue on the floor. All right, I should probably reiterate that I am not an interior designer in any way, shape, or form. So apologize if anything I just did made anyone out there cringe. So here we go. We have 2 options now. So I could be good at this point. This is actually not too bad of a way to show my 2 options for these 2 designs. But I'm going to take that a little bit further. That was a quick win. That wasn't a skill builder. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to put these into scenes so that I can switch between them, but not just throw them into scenes. I'm going to actually put them into scenes so that all that happens when I toggle between scenes is just a change to the view, just a change to the materials. That's the only thing that will change. Not the view, not the camera location, nothing else, just those materials. I'm going to do that by, here we'll go to Option 1 first. I'm going to turn Option 1 on. I'm going to add a scene. And I'm not just going to leave it at that. I'm going to drop down the additional information. I'm going to hit the Show Details button over here on the right. I'm going to call it, because I'm good about this kind of thing, I'm going to call it Option 1. And I'm going to turn some stuff off. I'm going to turn off Include an Animation, Camera Location. I'm going to turn off everything except Visible Layers. And then I'm going to update that scene. Are you sure you want to update that? Yes, I do. All right, so now I have an Option 1 scene. That's going to show me this. Now, without changing anything, I'm just going to toggle these 2 layers. Option 1 off, Option 2 on, and I'm going to create a new scene. You see that by default, this new scene takes the status of that last scene. So it is only capturing visible layers. So I can come in here now, change that to Option 2, and now I have Option 1 and Option 2. So watch what happens when I click between these 2. So this is probably what you expect. But because I only turn on the visible layers option here, when I come in here and say I'm getting a nice view of this bed, say maybe I want to render that, or I want to just take a shot of that to show my client what that's going to look like, I can toggle between that from here too. See, I don't have to worry about a new scene because I didn't include the camera location with my scene. So this means I can go to any view I want. So if I want to look at a top-down view, what does that look like from above? I can set that view up, set that up beforehand, and then just click between the two just to see the materials change. So this is a great way not just to do interior design, but anytime you want to look at something with different materials on it, you just save a copy of that to different layers and then create scenes where only the visible layers are active. So I hope you like that, and I hope that was a new skill for you. If you did like it, go ahead and click like down below, and go ahead and click subscribe too. That way you'll be notified when new videos come out, and you'll know when Bonnie's video comes out later this week. If you have some ideas of what you'd like to see in a skill builder, leave us a comment down below. We like making these videos, but like making them a lot more when there's something you want to see. Thank you.